Welcome back to the Mountain Morning Show. I am thrilled to be sitting down with a local celebrity here, the GM of KPCW, but not for much longer, Mr. Larry Warren.
And Eliza, I'm thrilled to sit down with you too.
I'm excited to have you here. So of course you are just on everybody's mind right now because you are stepping down in the near future. The countdown has officially begun.
Countdown was at 10 yesterday, so we're in single digits now.
Not that he's paying attention, not that he's counting.
No, my last official day will be next Friday, a week from Friday. And so yesterday, our new general manager, Rene, officially started, and I'm working with her for the next 2 weeks, so we have a handy handoff.
So before we transition to you and your horizon of retirement, tell us a little bit about Rene.
Well, Rene is, you know, like most people in Park City, she's really overqualified for the work she's doing. She was at Fox 13 in Salt Lake running the newsroom for 19 years.
Oh my goodness.
So she has a huge news background and administrative background, and I can't imagine how much larger that staff is and that budget is from KPCW's budget. You know, it was probably a factor of 8 or 9 times larger. But she moved here a couple of years ago to Park City and started getting involved in the community and said, you know, this is where my heart is going to be in the future, is Park City, and I really want to delve into the community. So she came to us and said, I'd like to be a news reporter. And it's like, wow, you're the most.
Are you sure?
You're the most overqualified news reporter we've ever had.
Join us.
And so we were happy to welcome her as a news reporter. And then about 6 months ago, I let it be known that I would be retiring, and she asked to be considered, and we considered her. We did do a legitimate nationwide search.
This was not just an in-house hire where you looked around.
We didn't just go, who's convenient and just down the hall. We went out nationally, and in fact got resumes from Washington, D.C. to New Zealand.
Goes to show you how many people want to be a part of the Park City community.
So between Washington and New Zealand, we had 30 applicants, most of them highly qualified. We narrowed it down to 7, and then we did interviews with 7, and then we did further interviews with 2, and in the end we said, you know, okay, this validates what we thought, that Rene would be perfect. So
well, I'm excited for her new role, and Rene will actually be on the program on Friday to talk about her new position at the station. Good. I know she's excited about it. But let's switch over to you, because you really, I mean, I don't want to embarrass you on the show, but an iconic figure in Park City and sort of a leader in our community, right? We'll say it. I'll say it for him. But I know how exciting this must be for you.
Well, you know, I counted up the other day, 46 years in broadcasting. Almost all of it in Utah, most of it in Salt Lake, the last 7 years up here. But that's 46 years of being ruled relentlessly by the clock. I mean, the 10 o'clock news starts at 10. It doesn't start when you're ready. It starts at 10.
You actually look at the seconds.
and yeah, you learn to look at life back timing using base 60 for 60 seconds. And it's like this morning I was thinking, okay, I'm going to be on at 7:40, so I need to leave at 7:25.
Time
which means
matters.
I've got to be out of the shower by 7:15, and I back time everything. I don't have to do that anymore. No. The clock is not my master anymore.
I love that. Somebody told me a funny story of what do you call someone who's happy on Monday morning? Retired.
Exactly. If it's Tuesday afternoon, I might just
it doesn't matter.
Sit around and read a book. But I do have active plans. You know, a journalist is a storyteller. And you can tell stories in so many forms. I don't need to be on the radio. I don't need to be on TV. I've done a ton of freelance writing, a couple of books, and so I intend to go back to that kind of writing, and I intend to see the world, and I've been doing a fairly good job of that over my lifetime. But now I don't have to rush back at the end of a 2-week vacation. You know, we have plans, my wife Carol and I, of going to France and renting a cottage for a month and just immersing in a different culture, and that's going to be fun.
That sounds absolutely lovely. And I don't see you as someone who's retired who will just be sitting idly by with a book. I'm sure now, like you said, you're going to be working on projects that you're passionate about and that have been on your bucket list.
Yeah, and you know, when I came to the KPCW job 7 years ago, I had projects that were ongoing, and a lot of them I just had to put on the shelf and say, I'd say, I'll do that on the side, and then the job it's a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week broadcast, and things can go wrong at any time.
24 hours a day.
So you are on call all the time to go fix things and make sure crises are averted or defused, and now I can, so all those things I said I'll do on the side, I just put on the shelf because I couldn't.
Well, now it's time to dust them off and take them out.
Now it's time to dust them off and take them out.
All right, well, we'll play just a little bit of a this is your life moment here. Looking back at your time at KPCW, what are some of your fondest memories that you just know that thinking about this is going to make me smile?
Well, I think one is 7 years ago we were coming out of the recession. Didn't have a lot of underwriting supporting our programming. Our donations had dived, and it occurred to me that we were drifting away from our roots, which was to be a local station. And we created a strip of 5 shows at 9 a.m. after our much listened to 8 o'clock news, local news hour with Leslie Thatcher. After that, our audience just dropped off. And so we created a strip of shows that became very popular, and because Park City is Park City, we found we could book the most amazing guests because we didn't need them in studio. We could get them on the phone, and we got Pulitzer Prize winners, movie stars.
Don't you love Park City?
You know, and mostly it's because people had heard of Park City, or they were already a vacationer. You know, we call a famous Harvard professor, and he says, "Oh, I'm out there every Christmas.
I'm skiing."
And so there's a national, international population of people who adore Park City, and we'd call up and say, "We're from Park City, Utah. It's a little ski town up in the Wasatch Mountain." The guy says, "I'm there every January." And so we were able to get just killer guests for our shows, and still do. And it's just, you know, it's like, wow, I can't believe I'm on the phone with David McCullough.
Wow.
You know,
can you imagine?
Multiple Pulitzer Prize winner, and people.
But he loves
like
Deer
that.
Valley, so here we are.
Yep.
So I know you said you will not miss the watch. You will not miss being a slave to time. What will you miss?
The people. I mean, it's a constant parade, not just staff, and the staff is just a dream staff. You know, the thing about public radio is we don't pay a lot, and if you want to work for KPCW, it's because you have a passion for the community and a passion for people and for doing good and for informing people, and it's just a different breed of highly motivated people. So absolutely, I'll miss the people.
I love that. Well, Larry, on behalf of everybody here at Park City Television, thank you for all you've contributed to the community that we love. And I know you won't be there in an official capacity anymore, but I hope you'll be back on our couch with all of your upcoming projects.
Okay, I have several.
Deal. All right. We are going to take a break here on the Mountain Morning Show as we say goodbye to a beloved member of the KPCW family. We're going to be back with much more right here on the Mountain Morning Show. You are watching Park City Television.